Well, hello world. My name is Afikile, and welcome to our new series on how to scratch. This will be a series of videos that will be teaching us how to use Scratch. And I trust that you will enjoy these videos. I trust that also you may be able to introduce your learners to Scratch. This series of videos is very basic. There is nothing high level. It is at the most basic level, and they are intended to be used by people who do not have any programming background. You can use them to and project them to your learners, especially in the rural areas where there's technology and there are no computer teachers. So if you have any comments, if there are any things that you do not understand, please leave your comments on the link below. Not on the link, but on the comments section below. So what is Scratch? And to just get a brief understanding of what Scratch is, we turn to the Scratch website, where they tell us that Scratch is a program that is designed especially for children from the ages of 8 to 16 years. But basically, it's used by people of all ages. I mean, I have been using Scratch for the past 4 years, and I've had fun creating some games with it. And Scratch helps young people to think creatively. It also helps them to think systematically or to reason systematically and to work collaboratively, which are skills that are necessary for the 21st century. So we can create stories, we can create games, and we create animations with Scratch and share them online. So yes, that is just a brief introduction on what Scratch is. And without wasting too much time on, I would like us to get to today's video. And on this teaching today, on this video today, we are going to look at about 9 things, from how to insert a sprite to, at the end, is how to save and open a project, or open a saved project. Or so yes, if we look at our interface, this is our interface. You will see that there are about 4 key sections, and this one is named the block palette. You will see that all your coding blocks are on this palette. So we have your code, you have costumes, we have sounds, these two we are not going to look, these 3 in fact we are not going to look at today at all. And if you come to the right, we have your stage, and this stage is where all your animation will happen. So all the code that you will put, it will make this, it will animate your sprite. We then have our scripts area. This is where we drag and drop all our scripts that we need that are going to move our sprite. So this is our sprite, this is our scripts, this then is our script area. And then finally, we have our sprite list. So all the sprites, the sprite list is here. So your active sprites are going to be listed here. We can see that this is the sprite we have currently, and it's listed here. So all the other sprites are going to be on this area. So without wasting much time, or without spending much time, let's get down to our video for today. Excuse me. So the first thing is to how to insert a sprite. You will see that there is this icon here, and when we hover over this icon, it says choose a sprite. And if I press the icon, if I press it, it will then bring up, sorry. If I press it once and just wait just for a few seconds for it to bring up the sprites, you will see that it brings up all the sprites. So if I scroll down, it will show me all available sprites to me. And you can see also that you can either choose all or you can choose by category. So if I choose animals, it will give me only the animals. If I choose food, which I like, it will give me all the foodstuffs that are included in the sprites. So if I choose fantasy, it will give me all the fantasy icon or sprites. So let's choose the May pony. So now I have two sprites, and I can add another one. Let's add Avery. Okay. And yes, so that is how we add a sprite. And you can basically move it as you want across your stage. And to delete or to remove a sprite, all you need to do, you can either come to the sprite or here, down here, and click on this X or the close icon, or you can, oh, okay, I see this feature doesn't work on this Scratch. So if you are using Scratch 2, you can right click on the sprite and then click on delete. This is the new version of Scratch 3. So we have now added a new sprite. So we've removed that sprite. So we are now left with only one sprite. So we have sprite, this sprite, and you will see that it's named Sprite 1. To change the name of this sprite, we'll just call it Cat. We'll call him Cat, and that's how we just rename that sprite. We also can decrease the size of this sprite. We can increase and decrease the size of that sprite. So it's now at 10% of its size, and now it's at 100% of its size, and it's at 535% of its size. That's okay. So now, after you deleted the sprite, we can also increase and decrease the size of this sprite. And to do that, you will see in this sprite list section, you will see this size. What you can do is that it goes from 1 to, I think, 535, 535 being the highest number that the sprite can, the highest size it can grow by. Let's say we wanted it to be at 90. So you will click on the desired number, and then you will click on enter, and you will see then that it will change its size. And the next thing is to find a sprite location. So you will probably see that you can move, in fact, you know that you can move your, you see that you can move your sprite up and down, and each point on our stage has an X and Y section. So your X is from left to right, and your Y is from top to bottom, or bottom to top. So it's X and Y. So the X position currently for our sprite, it is at -21, and the Y position, it is -1. So let's say we wanted to move it to -90 for the Y position. So we could do that and press enter, and it is at now -90. So I'm sure you can already see how this tool can be used to teach some mathematics. And that is not what I meant to do. Okay. Fourthly, fifth, we are going to show and hide a sprite, and we do that just simply by looking at, if you see this button, it says show, and this one is to hide. So if you want to show it, you can show it. If you want to hide it, you can hide it. And why would you want to hide and show a sprite? Say you have a number of sprites, let's say about 5 sprites, and you wanted to work only on one, but the other ones take your attention off, or they skew your attention away from the sprite that you are working with. You can basically show and hide your sprites that way. So let's choose another sprite to illustrate what we mean. So now, say you have these 2 sprites. You can see this. The sprite is, you can move. Obviously, you can move it away, but if you just wanted to work on the cat sprite, you can hide this one, and to work on Anina dance, you can then show it and hide the cat. So that's where you would ideally use it. Moving on, we want to also change our backdrop. You can see that on our working area, it is quite white. So we want to change our backdrop and have a background to our working area. And you will be presented with different backgrounds. And in the same way that you have categories in the sprites, you also have categories here. And this basically will allow your kids to be quite creative about what they want to do. I've seen children using these backgrounds creatively to tell stories about their neighborhoods. So to change a background, all you do is to press this icon, and the backgrounds will show up, and you can choose the background of your choice. And then how to change the language. You'll see also that Sprite has now introduced Zulu to its languages. And to change the language, you come to this globe right here, and you can choose the language of your choice. Because there's only 2 languages that I know here, I will choose isiZulu. And it will change your language into isiZulu. So while I wait for my computer to think, so yeah, now it says hlehlisa 10 izitebhisi, pendula 15. So you can see that it changes, and if you have Zulu learners, it would be very nice for them to learn in their language. But we are going to keep it to English for this video. So that is how to change a language. And second to last, we want to save this project. And to do that, you come to File, and then you save to your computer. My laptop is quite slow today. I'm not sure what's making it so slow. And you can choose video to what name you want to save it as, and you can choose your location. I will put it on my desktop, and then you can save it. So now you've saved your project. Let's say you wanted to open your project and work on it. You go to File again, you load from your computer, and you go and find where it is, and it will open up your project. So to create a new project, File, and then New, and it will move away and create a new project for you. We have reached the end of our session for today. I trust that you enjoyed the videos, and we have come to the end of our video for today. I hope that you have enjoyed it. And as I said, please leave your comment down below And if you like this video, please subscribe so that you get a notification when I post another video. Thank you very much for your time. In this video, we learned how to insert a sprite. We learned how to rename it, how to increase the size, how to find a sprite location, how to show and hide a sprite, how to insert a backdrop, how to change the language, how to save, and how to load a project. And in our next video, we will be looking at how to move your sprite. Thank you very much for your time.